StockPulse Newsroom. We are talking Alianza Minerals today. Alianza trades as ANZ, Toronto Venture Exchange, TARSF, the OTC markets in the States. We got Jason Weber, the CEO. We got some news on the Haldane Silver Project. They're up in the Yukon, Keno Hill. So, Jason, appreciate the time. It's been a minute since we've had an update and hit the wire some news on Haldane. So, why don't you run through the highlights here for investors?
Yeah, we ran a small program through the fall, Rob, that was really aimed at investigating some of the other targets that we hadn't spent a lot of time on recently. As you know, we'd spent our last couple campaigns up at our West Fault discovery, and for good reason. Results like 3 meters of 1,351 grams per ton silver. Though that's a new discovery that we were obviously building on, but this year, with no drilling going on, we wanted to take a step back and look at some of the other targets, both silver, Keno-style veins that we've been exploring traditionally at Haldane, but also look at some of the potential for gold mineralization. So that was kind of the aim of this program that we ran this year. Looked at kind of 4 different areas. 2 were silver lead zinc veins, traditional Keno-style veins, and 2 were a bit of a crossover into more of these gold-style targets. And of course, we have neighbors like Banyan Gold who've been very successful in outlining bulk tonnage-style gold mineralization just a few kilometers away from us. So we wanted to look at those same types of targets. Unfortunately, on the gold side, we weren't able to come up with any explanation for the soil geochemical anomalies that we were investigating, largely due to just the depth of the overburden. We couldn't get down to bedrock in many places to investigate that mineralization. So those targets, we're going to have to go back into those with another strategy. But we were very successful at our Bighorn target, entrenching about 250 meters south of our original drill hole at Bighorn from 2019, where we identified a brand new system of Keno-style veins. And so 250 meters to the south, we've hit that same structure. We've got 32 grams silver from a sample on surface. There's no sulfides left. This stuff's completely weathered out. So just any silver in that structure is really positive. And so now we've identified over 500 meters of strike on what we now call the BT structure. And in the mapping and poking around we did in the area, we've got over 1,400 meters of potential strike length on that structure before it gets buried under overlying units. So the overall potential is even greater as that structure, as it continues underneath the cover, could still be productive. So that was really important for us. It gave us a really good feeling that the Bighorn target has some size. It now rivals the West Fault and other targets on the property as far as its strike potential. So we really feel confident about going back to that target in 2023 and doing some drilling there. So it's kind of bumped up the priority scale to be right up there with West Fault. So both those 2 targets, West Fault and Bighorn, will be targets of exploration in 2023.
Yeah, what's the workflow looking like here? I saw you raise some flow through money here. Talk about what's going to get accomplished.
Yeah, and the object of that flow through is to get $1 million in the treasury just for that Haldane program early for next year. That allows us to secure a drill rig and other contracts so that soon as the weather conditions allow in early May, hopefully we can get out there and start working at Haldane. And that's really the objective of that small raise, was just to get those funds in place. We can start that drill program. And of course, that program would be drilling at West Fault and Bighorn.
Yeah, no, you're also activities in Colorado. What's the latest update there?
Yeah, we just released the results of the drill program we did with our partners, Cloudbreak and Allied Copper. A little bit frustrating program. We had lots of technical difficulties with the drill. Most of the holes didn't actually get down to the target depth before we had to stop them, largely due to rig issues. One hole, however, did intersect a splay off the main fault system that we're targeting, and on that fault splay, we had some really nice copper mineralization. So that's really encouraging, telling us that those fault structures that we are targeting are likely copper bearing. And as we move closer to them, hopefully we can see mineralization within the fault, but also some of the prospective units where that mineralization can bleed out into the host rock. So encouraging program, nothing earth-shattering as far as results, but geologically speaking and targeting wise, very encouraging for us. So we'll look to be back there for next year. And we've started the permitting process for State Line, which is the other project we had with Cloudbreak and Allied Copper. We're just going through that process right now. So that project will be permitted early in the new year, allowing us to start late spring, early summer on drilling at State Line as well. So looks like a busy year for next year with the 2 copper projects and then of course Haldane.
Yeah, looks like the metals are starting to get their act together too. So all right, well, I appreciate you taking the time there and that update. That's Jason Weber. He's president, CEO, Alianza Minerals, ANZ Venture, TARSF, OTCQB in the States. Jason, thanks for that update, and look forward to checking back in when you get back at it here in the new year.
Thanks, Rob, and have a Merry Christmas.